What's up, everyone? Thank you very much for joining me. We're talking about more Big Brother stuff today, of course, and this time we're going to be talking about some sort of inactivity on some house guest accounts on their social media, as well as some rumours of Sequester, which is really exciting because it's now getting really close to the time in which I think we're going to get the cast reveal. So I think I'm sort of doing this as like a sort of final update sort of thing before we move into actual cast reveal. Who knows, we may not get it for a while, and we may have some more videos before cast reveal. But as far as I'm concerned, I do think that this could potentially be our last sort of rumour episode before they actually drop the cast, which is really exciting, which probably means it's around the corner. So I will say before I start this video, thank you to those of you who actually reached out to me on Instagram and sent me some of the rumours that were going around, etc. Because I do try my best to keep on top of all the things that are happening, but I do miss a couple of things here and there. So I did see something to do with Dan, something to do with Alyssa, and yeah, I think, you know, thank you very much for reaching out to me and sending me those. And if you spot anything else, keep it coming, because it's always great to stay on top of all these things. But yeah, I mean, we've got about 5 or 6 house guests to chat through today. Some things that they've been up to that sort of hints that they could be in Sequester right now, so we'll dive right in. First up, we've discussed this guy quite a lot in my previous videos. He's been heavily rumoured, and I'm confident enough to say that he will be on Big Brother 22. It's Mr. Dan Giesling. Now, Dan, if some of you don't know, has a Twitch account in which he streams his gaming on there. Now, he does this on a weekly basis. Then all of a sudden, on this week in which the house guest was supposed to go into Sequester, he takes the week off. Coincidence? I think not. But in my opinion, I think this pretty much sums it up what's about to come next. So he sent out a post on social media in which he was saying on each day of the week what the pattern is. So he's basically doing repeats of his own shows on certain days. And then on this Sunday coming, obviously it's Friday now, but the Sunday coming up, he said that there's a special announcement happening. Now, could that mean that they announced that he could be on Big Brother at that point? I don't know. Maybe he's trolling everyone, who knows, but that special announcement could be something. And the fact that he's taken the week off tells you that he's probably in Sequester, and he's basically just sort of covering himself for the week until they actually do reveal the cast. So I think that's pretty much solid evidence to suggest that Dan could be going in. I've seen a lot of other rumours about him as well, you know, sort of saying that he's pre-gamed with Derek as well, which will be a power alliance if that goes on. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of rumours on social media as well about Dan going in the house, which is really exciting. And yeah, I feel like after seeing that, I think it's safe to say that Dan is in Sequester, and as he can't have access to his Twitch, he's basically created a backup plan to cover him, but obviously all the Big Brother fans have seen right through it. Now, next up is sort of another slip-up upon a house guest, and that is Janelle. Now, a few weeks back, some of you may remember on Janelle's Instagram, I believe it was, she put on a photo of her dyeing her hair back to blonde. It was previously brown, and she's gone back to blonde. Then all of a sudden on her Instagram, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, she puts on a selfie in which she has brown hair. Now, I don't know if that's just her sharing a throwback or anything, but to me it sort of seems like she's, you know, pre-taken these photos before she's gone to Sequester. She's got someone running her account, and they've put up a picture which they haven't thought through, realising that she's got brown hair, and brown hair was before she went into Sequester. So I don't know if that's a giveaway, but again, BB fans are like brilliant detectives. They're on it straight away, investigating it, and they were like, okay, like let's put the pieces together and let's law and order this. And basically they realised that that Janelle didn't have blonde hair in that picture. She had brown hair, meaning that that picture was obviously taken weeks ago, and it's probably been done just as sort of like a scheduled thing while she's in Sequester. And I don't know if it was purpose, maybe making, you know, trolling people, or it could have been, you know, a total slip up. But we're probably going to find out within the next week. And yeah, I think it's again safe to say that Janelle is in Sequester, and she's going to be on Big Brother 22. Next up, we're talking about the winner of Big Brother 16, and this is Derek. Now, Derek he takes part in a show on Discovery, and basically what happened here was that Derek, every single week, he goes on Instagram Live, talks with the fans on the night that the show goes out. So he says to us this week, and he does this religiously, every single week, he does this Instagram Live, and then all of a sudden this week, there's technical issues and he can't get on. Or does those technical issues also mean that he's in Sequester? Because I think so. And again, the rumours have been swimming around about Derek. You know, I think it's really been solid that, you know, this Derek and Dan alliance could be happening, or it definitely is happening, and that he is going to be participating in the season. But I feel like this was just the nail in the coffin. This pretty much confirmed it, because I think he initially started saying that he's trying some new sort of streaming software, and then he went to, oh, the streaming software is not working, so we're cancelling the live this week. And I just think that was basically a cop out to basically tell everyone that he's in Sequester. He didn't say it straight up, but again, the BB fans are on it straight away with their detective skills, realising that he's probably in Sequester and he's going to be playing Big Brother 22. So I think after that move, I think it's safe to say that that Derek is going to be on Big Brother 22. Next up is a house guest from Big Brother 15, and it is Alyssa. So Alyssa is a fan favourite. She did win America's Favourite Player, and yeah, I feel like what happened with her, again, quite suspicious activity that she could be in Sequester. So all of a sudden she's gone on vacation to see the Northern Lights or something or other. I don't know whereabouts she's gone, but I was reading something saying that where she has gone is apparently you can't travel there currently. So I mean, again, she could be just trolling, as could every single one of these house guests. But it just seems suspicious, doesn't it? How on the week that they were supposed to go on Sequester, she ends up going to see the Northern Lights. Why has everyone decided to all of a sudden go on vacation? Probably because they're going on vacation to Sequester. So, yeah, I mean, again, I feel like that one speaks for itself. But Alyssa's definitely a fan favourite, and I think a lot of people would like to see her back. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. But again, we'll find out probably within a week's time if she's actually going to be on the cast. But again, to me, that does seem slightly suspicious that all of a sudden she's decided to go there. If it is genuine, otherwise it could just be total makeup story, and she's probably just headed for Sequester. Now we've got an old school player, and this is from BB8. We've got Eric. Now, Eric was America's player when he played first time around, so America influenced what he did in the game. They decided who he wanted to try and get up for nomination. They decided who he should vote to evict. All sorts of stuff. Basically, America influenced Eric's game. And now people consider him a really, really good house guest and that he's one of the greatest players of all time. But if you're really going to say that, doesn't that mean America is the greatest player of all time? So how about we get to see Eric again, but he gets to decide what he does and America doesn't decide, and then we can give him his chance to shine and he can be his own house guest and he can prove to us that he is one of the greatest players of all time. I think that would be super exciting. But the rumour behind him is that he hasn't been on social media for a good few days. He's been very inactive, hasn't liked anything, hasn't tweeted anything, and that's leading people to suspect that he could be in Sequester. Now, this could be a case of that he basically is taking a break from social media. He may not have hired anyone to take care of his social medias whilst he is in Sequester. So again, you can look at it both ways, but I think that's pretty exciting just to speculate about that. I'm sure a lot of you guys would want to see Eric come back. I've seen a lot of you comment about it, saying that, he deserves his chance as just playing by himself rather than America deciding what he does. So if he's in Sequester again, I think that's a great it's a great booking for All Stars. And yeah, I mean, I think with some of the initial names that were going around, I feel like Eric's definitely a step up. So if we do get to see Eric this summer, I think that's going to be really, really exciting. Moving on to another old school house guest from Big Brother 8 now, and this is Danielle Donato. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you'll hear me discussing the last one, that there's been a Twitter account of someone who reportedly works for CBS who's been given leaks out, and it seems pretty legit. They haven't been shut down yet, and people, not that many people are claiming that it's fake, and it has a lot more backing than a sort of spoiler/leak account usually would. So I'm starting to trust that account a lot more, and I feel like it could be legit. But they've said that they've been told that Danielle Donato is in Sequester. Now, Evil Dick, who is Danielle's father, I haven't heard him say anything yet on social media about her, and I feel like, he's not going to leak his daughter to be in the game. So I feel like, if anyone would, it's not going to be him. So I think that's probably why we haven't heard anything from Evil Dick. So coming from this spoiler account, I feel like it could be true. I'd like to believe it's true because, again, Danielle's an old school player. She's one of the greats, and I think it'd be great to see her come back. But yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Do you believe that she's in Sequester? Because I'd like to believe she's in Sequester. I don't know if she is. But I mean, we've sort of got to find out if everything this account is saying is true first before, or like if the first thing they've said is true, then we can start to believe that the follow-up things could be true when we get around to it. So yeah, I think it's pretty exciting to just speculate that Danielle could be in Sequester. But again, if they've booked Danielle Donato for Big Brother 22, I think it's a great booking, and they've done themselves really, really good. I think it'll be really, really exciting to see her play again. Okay, folks. So he's a house guest I never thought I'd get to discuss as a rumour for Big Brother 22 this summer, and I'm extremely excited to discuss that Danielle Reyes has finally been put into the mix of a house guest for Big Brother 22, which honestly I'm so happy, because If you watch my previous videos again, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Danielle Reyes, and I think she is one of the greatest players of all time. She's the greatest player to never win, in my opinion. I think she's fantastic. And honestly, if we get to see Danielle come back, oh, it's going to be fantastic, and I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be great. So the rumour with Danielle is she basically deleted her Twitter, vanished. You know, and she's pretty active as well within, like, you know, Survivor, Big Brother. She always tweets about it, and she just disappeared. So everyone was like, okay, what's going on here? Maybe she was deleting her account before she went in the house, and then all of a sudden her account shows back up on the week of Sequester. Does that mean she's maybe got someone to start doing tweets for her? Potentially. And then all of a sudden, the first thing she tweets is a Martin Luther King quote. I'll put it on the screen now, and it has the word stars in it, and I feel like she could be alluding towards all stars there. Big Brother CBS, actually, their Twitter account then tweeted out saying something exciting is coming, yada yada yada, and then it went on to talk about consider us for best competition show. And Danielle Reyes' account tweeted back a gif of her when she was in Big Brother 3, and again, it could be that's on the screen right now, and it could be alluding to her being on All Stars, which is so exciting. Again, she could be just trolling, but she hasn't denied anything yet. And Danielle Reyes is always the first person on Twitter when someone says, would you play again? She's the first person to say, no, I'm not doing it. Then all of a sudden, when all these All-Star rumours are going around, you'd think this would be now more than ever she'd say, no, she's not doing it. But she hasn't said it once yet, which makes you think she could be going in. And that excites me so much. And honestly, I've talked about some house guests that I'm really excited about, to be honest, summer. But if Danielle Reyes is going in, I think she will be the one person I'm rooting for the most, because I think a lot of you guys will be similar to me in the fact that we all appreciate a really good gameplay, and we know that I think universally Danielle Reyes is known as one of the best players, so I feel like we could all get behind her and root for her. But yeah, I think it's really exciting if Danielle's going in, and my fingers are honestly crossed, and I hope your fingers are crossed too, you guys. So yeah, I think it's really exciting to know that Danielle Reyes could be on Big Brother 22. That is it from me, folks. I really hope you all have a brilliant 4th of July. Celebrate, stay safe, and stay happy. There's lots more content coming up soon as well when the season eventually starts to begin. But again, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.